Hi, hello everyone. Sorry for the delay. A few technical issues. So let's solve API management. You're gonna love it. Not my title. An engineer for my team. So I'm Yaara. I'm a part-time consulting engineer. I have a team globally distributed of consulting engineers that love technology and love what they do, and we help customers solve problems in technology. I'm based in the UK. We have offices also in Singapore and US. And my accent is not British. I'm originally from Israel. And anyway, if you have any questions, feel free later on to come to our stand and ask anything you like. So I want to first start with what I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about API gateway. I'm not going to talk about developer portal, quota, throttling, rate limit, body transformation, authentication, authorization, versioning, sunsetting, and all this stuff that you know that you expect in an API gateway to have. What I do want to talk about is APIs in the context of multiple or cross regions and multi-cloud, intercloud, and a hybrid cloud. What, who, why, how. Okay, so first of all, maybe we'll start with a definition. What is multi-cloud, intercloud, and hybrid cloud? I digged in a bit. I checked Gartner as well. So multi-cloud is a service that is running on more than one cloud service provider, including on-premise. Intercloud, sorry. Maybe, sorry, 1 second. Let's put my...
HDMI has some.
Okay, let's try again. Okay. So intercloud is when you have the same multi-cloud, but you also transfer data between service cloud providers. And hybrid is a mix of a private cloud and a public cloud, or an on-premise and a public cloud. It's a subgroup of one of them, depends on where you read the definition. So many says that it increases complexity, but does it? I want to discuss it. So here, what we see is an example for multi-cloud. We have a service XYZ, and we just install it again and again, wherever we want. Very flexible. AWS, Azure, and Alibaba. And this is an intercloud. And here, what you can see that we have a service XYZ again, but this time we install it, it's spanning across a few cloud providers. So we installed the subservice X in AWS, and Azure subservice Y, and Alibaba in subservice as a subservice Z. So that's very simplified. There are lots of questions about what it really is, what the level of intercloud it is, but that's the basic example. So, who is using multi-cloud? Probably many of us. And according to Gartner, actually 80% of the people that are using public cloud also using another public cloud. Now I want to talk a bit about the reasons why you would go across regions or across or multi-regions, regardless of a cloud provider. First of all, for redundancy and high availability with active-active to avoid outage. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, so you want to be able to recover within seconds. Another reason is for traffic geo-distribution. You want to be close to your, sorry. You want to be close to where your users are. You also want to have a release management failover. If something wrong, you can use blue-green deployment and you can just divert all your traffic back to the previous location, to the other location with the previous release. Disaster recovery and active-passive solution. It gives you zero downtime. If you have a problem, you can just go to another region. And edge gateway. So with Edge Gateway, you can keep your service in another location, and you can cache it on the geographical location. So why not just use single cloud provider across regions, right? Makes sense. First of all, there's the reason that organizations just started using SaaS solutions, so they just using different clouds, just happen to be. Another reason is high availability and disaster recovery solution. So if you think that there are no outages, it's just a false hope. All the cloud providers have outages, and if you want your SLA not to be dependent on the number of nines of the cloud provider, you should find other way. Contracts are not enough. The fact that you will maybe get money back is not enough if you will lose money. Best of breed. So you want sometimes to find your developers mainly, they want to find the platform they want for their service. Why not just let them? Again, I have a problem. So basically, let them choose and enjoy that variety, and not because you just had a really good deal with the cloud provider. Sometimes you have hybrid requirements, so you have to go Intercloud or multicloud. Also, it might be not your first choice of a provider. If you go to Asia, for example, you want to use Alibaba. Another reason, avoid vendor lock-in. You want to be able to just lift and shift. If the level of service is not good enough for you, maybe the provider has just spiked its prices. And the last one that I thought about is multi-environment. I want to work on my Mac as if it was another region. Here, I just quickly want to show you the outages of Google, Microsoft, and AWS. AWS had the least outage, number of hours of outage, but look at Microsoft. They all have it. So, you saw it already, but how do I do Intercloud right? So what I want to tell you and to show you is that MDCB, Multi-Data Center Bridge of Tyche, actually can do that. So you want it all, and you want it now. And it's not just a say. With the MDCB, you will get painless lift and shift with zero downtime. You just need the DNS switch. You can avoid vendor lock-in because we keep using standards in the industry. You can get single control plane to manage across regions and across clouds. It is designed to work with complex environment and intercloud and multi-region environments. It's a very light solution to integrate with in your organization. You don't need to be concerned about database replication or synchronization or even migration when you upgrade. It's very light on the network usage, so you don't really have to send all your analytics back to the data center that has the control. And the last one, it's very resilient and high available, and it helps you to connect between your user, clients, third parties, to any cloud provider you want. So here, this is an example of the Tyche control plane, and you can install your services on any cloud you want. All you need to do is install a gateway or as many gateways as you need in that region, and you can control everything from one control plane. So now I want to show you a real-world business arena. I have my Mac. I want to develop as if I was a region with APIs. I have a production environment, bare metal service in Stockholm. Now I also have a Kubernetes cluster in Europe on GKE. And I also have in production a service on DigitalOcean in San Francisco, and I actually want to serve it from AWS because of their high availability, and I wanted to make it an edge API gateway. So, as I said before, with Tyche control plane, you can just install the gateways and control them, and every location or every environment will pick up the APIs that it needs to pick up. Okay, now I'm going to show you a quick look of the UI, which I can't show you. I need to end the presentation, 1 second. So here, this is our UI, and I'm not going to give you a full demo. You can come to our stand later on. But you can see here that I created a few APIs. First one is an internal API on the DigitalOcean in San Francisco that I have. And it's internal one. I want actually to serve it in AWS East and West. I have another DigitalOcean in Frankfurt. I have my Mac. Okay, and I also serve it, actually, the internal one, in DigitalOcean San Francisco on another instance. And all I need to do for that is just to reverse proxy it to the right location, here, and tag it with the right tagging, so the gateway will know to pick it up. That's all I do. And it's all from this control plane that I installed for this POC on DigitalOcean in Frankfurt. Just chose completely different locations. So, to wrap up, a few takeaways. First, trying to restrict yourself to a single cloud is doomed to fail, according to Gartner. It's not according to other cloud providers, if you'll speak with them. Staying on a single cloud provider limits your user as well as your multinational business opportunities. So best would be to think and plan your strategy as early as possible to avoid technical debt. And check independent solution offerings to avoid vendor lock-in. Celebrate the variety and pick best of breed. And offer your APIs all the time, wherever you choose to. That's it. Thank you.